Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is time for the Power of Read with me, your girl, Coach D. I am glad that we have another opportunity to stop by and say hello and get another reword, re-up for this week. God bless you all on this powerful Read Tuesday. Hi, Satya. Hi, Mother Cece. April. Good afternoon. What's up, Carlos? Good afternoon, everybody. It is time for another Power of Read with me, your girl, Coach D. I love you more, Satya. I love you more. Listen, while everybody is logging in, we're going to give people a few minutes to get a few seconds, a minute, 60 seconds. Give them time to get logged on. Hi, Lakika. I hope you made it back safely. Give them time to get logged on. Just wanted to address something. A lot of people, hi, Erica Mitchell. There have been some inbox inquiries about life coaching. Yes, I am a life coach of Total Reset. The Power of Read is a segment that I do on Facebook Live with all of our rewords. We know that. But everybody wants to know there are some inquiries about coaching if you're not in the Charlotte area. If you're not in Charlotte, do I still offer my life coaching services? The answer to that is absolutely yes. Yes, yes, and yes. There are different methods and different means to coaching virtually. So if you are interested, by all means, go to my website, www.deloriamichelle.com. You'll go to appointments, click on appointments, and everything is self-explanatory. Everything is so easy on my website, and we did that for a reason, on purpose. So if you're interested in life coaching, you're not in Charlotte, that's not a hindrance. We can still be your coach. I will be glad to be your coach. Again, you'll visit the website at www.deloriamichelle.com. I think in the upper right hand corner you will click on appointment, and there you'll see the link to schedule your consultation, and then you'll schedule your coaching appointment. I'm going to be offering something new where you can prepay for your monthly coaching sessions and go ahead and book ahead of time, schedule yourself out so that those appointments, because I have appointment slots that people love, and so you're going to be offered the option to pay for your coaching ahead of time for the month and schedule your monthly appointments, schedule your appointments out so that those favorable times you can go ahead and have first dibs to those. But if you're interested in coaching and you're not in the Charlotte area, just visit my website, www.deloriamichelle.com. Click on appointment, schedule your appointment today. I'll give you a call. We can FaceTime, Zoom. We have different methods to coaching if you're not here locally. So don't let that be a hindrance. Don't let that stop you. All right. Are we ready? Hi, Sheila. Hi, everybody say hi, Sheila. That is my first cousin. We are sisters. Kids. That's my big cousin, Sheila. Thank you for logging in. Thank you so much for logging in. Thank you for logging in. Are we ready for the Power of Read with me, your girl, Coach D, tonight? Yes, good. Let's go ahead and get our reword for this Tuesday. Our reword for this Tuesday is relocate. 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 Wow, the word you chose for the Power of Read tonight's come from me. See, Sandra, and I was going to move away from this word. I wasn't going to do it because I felt like, okay, maybe I'll do something else, but I couldn't. Relocate stayed in my spirit. Relocate. And we must understand when God is relocating us, and I won't say moving us, it's bigger than a move. To relocate is to establish you. What God is trying to do in a relocate, if you look up the word, it says to establish. He is trying to settle some things in us. And too often time when we're to relocate, when God has us in a position to where he wants us to relocate and move from where we currently are, to where he would have us to be, it seems to be a scary thing. But we cannot be afraid to relocate. We cannot allow fear to grip us and cause us to miss what God has for us. Too oftentimes we are tied to what we're tied to is tying us up and binding us up and hindering us and keeping us from experiencing the setup, the divine setup that God has for us by telling us to relocate. Relocate means to establish. Oftentimes we talk about a shift. A shift is moving us from one place to another. But when we relocate, he's establishing us. So it's like, God, why would you relocate us just to establish us? Why does there have to be a relocation? And the answer that I got from that was that I have to relocate you to establish you. When I establish you, I'm making you firm. I'm putting you in a position to set you up for the blessing of your life. I'm positioning you so that you will not fail. I'm positioning you so that you can experience what I have for you. So if he's telling you to relocate, I admonish you to obey his voice. Abraham in Genesis 12, the Lord told Abraham to get out of his country, get away from his kindred. Remind you, Abraham was 75 years old. He was 75 years old. The Lord told him to get out of his country, get away from his kindred, leave his father's house and go to a place. But the thing was, for Abraham to receive the blessing of God, he had to obey the voice of God and he had to move. There was no time for questioning God, for trying to understand God, because what we have to understand is sometimes we may not understand his will, but understanding is not the commandment. Obedience is the commandment. We have to obey the will of God. So Abraham, he told him in Genesis 12 to move. Hebrews 11 says that Abraham, he had faith. So he obeyed God. God called him to a place that he later received as an inheritance. There are some things that we're not going to receive until we obey the voice of God and relocate to where he is trying to get us. The relocation is for establishment. It's for settlement. It's to get us to a place of blessing. It's to get us to a place of not failing. Where we are, maybe it has not worked for us. So God has to get us to a place to where we're away from what we're familiar with, so that we can receive the divine blessing, the divine setup, the divine establishment that he already has for us. So tonight's word is relocate, relocate, relocate. I hope this Power of Re moment has blessed you as it did me. And I hope we obey the voice of God on tonight. If he's telling you to relocate, you need to start packing your boxes, packing your bags. Some stuff you don't need to take with you anyway. Maybe you just need to throw it all away and start all over again. I'm telling you, it's liberation. Maybe you just need to throw it all away, start all over again. But if God is telling you to relocate, don't question the will of God. Just obey the will of God. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to make sense of it, because he uses the foolish things to confound the wise, and you won't always understand it, but you got to always obey it. God bless you. Go to my site, www.deloriamichelle.com. This has been the Power Read this Tuesday with me, your girl, Coach D. Remember, if you're not in the Charlotte area, that does not prohibit you from receiving coaching services. Go to my site, www.deloriamichelle.com. Click on appointment. Get your consultation going. Get your counseling. Get your coaching going. And let's move with God. Let's go with God. Tonight's word, relocate. God bless you guys. Thank you for signing in. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Power Read with me, your girl, Coach D. God bless.